We're live. This is like day 67 of the pandemic. So we're doing every day, 24/7, or at least from 12 to 1. We're doing 3 open houses that we're profiling, and so we're going to do 3 more today. And then at 1 o'clock, we're going to talk about photography and real estate, and going to show you how we do a lot of our photography, from night shots to aerials, and what makes a good photograph. So it'll be kind of cool. And then at the 2 o'clock hour, we have Kelsey Theater. Hey, Rob, can you chime in for a second? Tell us a little bit about Kelsey Theater as a preview.
So 2 o'clock, we're going to, Suzanne Slate is going to be talking with AJ and the family over there. It's the Kelsey Theater located in Lake Park. They have, different venues there, events there, concerts, beer. They sell beer, a lot of beer.
Beer sounds good.
They just brewed their newest, I think their first ever beer. So they're in the brewing business. So I'm sure Suzanne will try a couple of sips of that maybe. And then at 4:15 today, the NFL draft is tonight, and we got the big nasty Willie Roaf,
Hall of Famer. Live.
Saints.
Exclusive interview only on Echo TV.
Yeah, Saints, Kansas City Chief. He's going to tell Craig who the Lions are going to draft, and
the Bears like in the 4th round, because we traded all of our picks away. So that'll be a fun one with Willie. He's a good guy, funny guy. Craig set that up. Thank you, Craig. And let's get rolling with these open houses. Yeah. So we're gonna go today. We're gonna start with so today we have with us Rob Moore, does our social media. Will Dean, the Dean of Rentals, in the top right. Craig Heger, Craig the Leg, also known as Shay Stoppelman.
I just realized that, yeah.
And we're scrambling for computers. And Joanna Demers out in Riverbend in Tequesta. So we're gonna let's go out to start with Craig the Leg, also known as Shay, and Craig's out in PGA National. And Craig, tell us about you're in Preston. Tell us about the home you're at.
So Preston's inside PGA National. For those of you who do not know that, it's a separate gated community inside the community. So PGA itself is man-gated for a certain amount of hours. Preston itself is gated 24 hours, where they have their own, man hut, basically. It's considered an estate-style community. So what that means is more custom estate-style homes, larger lots. And the benefit to that is it's not so cookie-cutter, 0 lot line. So in Preston, you'll either have golf course views, or you'll be on what they call like this massive lake. And I'll show you some nice aerial shots of this. The house that we're at today is 210 Thornton, listed for $899. It went through quite a few renovations this past few months, and I'll show you some of those, some kitchens, some bathrooms.
And it's one of the largest lots in all of PGA National.
Yeah, so it's just shy of 3/4 of an acre. I'd say it's in the top 6 of total PGA.
It is a social distance friendly home.
It's amazing. So if you have kids and pets, I mean, you can literally have a football game out here, and I'll show you the aerial.
Well, we'll invite Willie tonight for the draft.
We could do that. Look at this. So that whole thing is your lot. So you have a pool behind those trees, which is screened in. It's got a huge little terrace. I'll show you that too. But then behind that, you could fence it in. You can kind of see the neighbor did that, but ours is a little bit bigger. Let me show front view. Long driveway. It could probably fit 12 cars side by side. The back faces south, and then to the right is west. So you'll get that nice sun exposure. We've talked about that throughout the week. Great amount of light come through here. There is some, what do you call it?
It is a party driveway.
It is a party driveway.
I've never, I was looking at it from the aerial. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 different sections in there, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's huge. Here's that patio area I was talking about. So, I mean, massive. You can have dance party, whatever you want to do, but there's all sorts of outdoor furniture in here. They have an outdoor barbecue, which is kind of cool. And this was redone as well. That little door there you see, that's an outside cabana bath. And it's a full bathroom, shower, toilet, vanity. Couple other angles of the patio area. You can just see how big that is, overlooking the pool. And then a shot that you can kind of see from here. I mean, that just looks out to the water and the grass space. So that can all be fenced in. You can go basically up to 10 feet of the water and then whatever you want to do. So the cool thing about this house is it warrants itself to a lot of things, whether you want to add an addition on, put a guest house on, or just fence the entire thing and have it for your dogs and your kids and put play sets out there or whatever you're into. It's got a lot for it. Let's bounce in the inside. Come in the front door, you see the living room. The living room looks straight through those sliding doors over the pool to your grass space to your lake view. Another angle of that. And the ceilings in here are about 20 to 22 feet in the actual living room itself, and the rest of the house will kind of tip out about 9 feet. Backwards angle, front door, and then you have the dining room right to the right. Again, that's the living room.
And you get a lot of light in there. You look at that arched, window, and the two windows by the side door.
You got it here too. You've got the upper bay windows, which again bring that in. You have the skylights. If you look through those, where the patio is, and that's bringing more in light. And you'll have another big skylight in the kitchen. So there's lots of light coming in naturally throughout the home.
And a lot of that extra light comes in too because it's a southern exposure. For those of you who are, aren't from Florida or even in Florida, some of these people don't get it. The south, you get the sun in the back of the house, so it flows through all the windows in the back, and that's where you get that light-filled open area, especially when you have high ceilings and you got these beautiful windows. You can see those clear story windows above the slider and the skylight. And then if you look to the right when you're on the patio, you get the western sunset. So you get incredible sun on your pool all day long. It's really wonderful.
So bouncing into the kitchen, they redid the cabinets, appliances. Some of them are newer. You can tell the fridges versus the microwave. There's things that can be done to this. Those walls aren't load bearing, so you can open them up and push them around if you want more openness, but it kind of acts as a double island, which is definitely in new construction now. Backwards angle of it, everything's functional. Little kitchen nook, and you have sliding doors all around. So every single side, even behind that white couch, there's a set of sliding doors. So it's nice when it's cool out there because this pool is screened in, you open everything up and you get really nice cross breezes coming through the home. Then you got this big picture window in the family room, and that overlooks the lake. So whether you want the plantation shutter closed, again, tons of light coming in. And then, this is probably 12-foot ceilings in here. So it's bright. This is right off the kitchen area. And this is a backwards angle of it. So there's that little soffit area I was saying you can open up if you wanted to. And so it could play totally wide open. And then the ceilings kind of peek up, and then the sliding doors. Let's bounce into the master bedroom. It's on the opposite side of the house. And you have a little closet there that walks out to the patio area. And then you'll have a bigger walk-in closet, which leads into the master bathroom, which is here. And that was redone. So dual vanities.
Great tub.
And then where the toilet area is, you have the shower to the right. So it's behind that wall. And that was all refinished as well. We have the house listed as a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. But the 4th bedroom is a makeshift office. There is closets and there's a bathroom, next door to it. So that's what that room looks like. It's right off the master bedroom, right to the left of the front door. It's big. This is the back guest bedroom, has a lake view. That's a king bed, so you can tell how much space is in there. So there's lots of room. And the bathroom in here was redone as well. That's the powder room between the 2nd and 3rd bathrooms.
Yeah, pretty sink too.
Yep, and that's kind of the back side. Actually, that's the this is the cabana bath. So they redid that one as well. So that's outside. And then there's just another view of the pool area. So
beautiful trees, it's and so much room in there. And that driveway can fit, you can fit, probably, 16, 18 cars in there. So it's the fees in PGA, we'll get into them a little bit. For overall, it's $740 for any home in PGA. And then what is it in Preston and what do you get in there?
Preston's right around $200 a month. It's cheap because really all that's paying for is the guard gate. And you do have security roaming around. You'll maintain your own properties in there. So either you cut your own grass or you pay a landscaper to do it. This one, they're probably paying around $200 or so a month. So, call it $400 for your HOA and your maintenance. You've got a lot of grass here to play with.
And the roof was replaced there too.
Roof's right around 10 years old, so it's not old. They've obviously done some inside stuff. Water heater's new, pool heater, pool equipment's newer. So there's a lot of things done in here, and you know it's 2,900 square feet for $899 with 3/4 of an acre almost. That's hard to find, and I think anywhere in South Florida, let alone PGA National. So that's really the biggest thing to this, and I like it because you can kind of see right here that house. That's a guest house. So whether you want to build to the front or to the back, that this property warrants itself to a lot of different things. You can go either direction and kind of play with a lot of cool things. If you want to add on to the garage, which is, where's my hand? Right here, that's the garage. You can build it out this way and have a 3 or 4 car garage. It warrants itself any which way. And that's really, really hard to find in PGA because of the setbacks. So a lot of big features here. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, listed at $899. That's it.
Hey, Will, I have a question for Will Dean. Let me unmute you for a second. What would this rent out for, both on a seasonal basis and on a yearly basis as well?
Seasonal basis, with no membership, I would say around 9,000. With a membership, you could be around 12,000.
And how about if somebody just wanted to rent it on an annual basis?
Annual basis, you could be around 45 to 5,000.
So it gives you an idea if you're buying a home, what the options are, either to rent it and to resell. We always do better in the seasonal months, which are typically January, February, March, April. Sometimes and it will rent for more in an area like PGA. If you have a golf membership, it's gonna get some more dollars, but you can go either way. And Craig, this house had, in PGA, a lot of people. I'm gonna put the PGA piece on so that we can talk a little bit about PGA. But PGA has there's 4,961 homes altogether in PGA National, and there's 43 different subdivisions altogether. But you don't have to buy a membership. The membership is completely optional in PGA. Preston itself, the community that we're in, has 2 gates, one of them manned, and then there's a back gate. You can see all of where PGA, it stretches at the top from PGA Boulevard, and the bottom is North Lake. In there, from PGA, you can even see it. There's the opposite is the Turnpike, and 95 is a couple miles away, and you can also get on the Turnpike about 3 minutes away from the North Lake entrance. That's the clubhouse that you're looking at right now. It's a resort community, so it gets all sorts of conventions. There's 4 golf courses that are on campus. That's the famous the bear that is at the bear trap. There'll be another shot of that coming in. That's the entrance to the PGA National Resort. But if you want to join, and it's not mandatory, you can join the club and you get discounts at there's 4 different restaurants in the resort and other shops in the resort that you get. That's the resort pool, and you can use that as a member as well. A lot of kids that are part of PGA. The golfing is fantastic. It's the host of the PGA National. There's the bear trap itself, and with the PGA National and the Honda Classic, Tiger's in town, lives here. Rory lives here. Phil Mickelson just moved here. So the best golfers in the world all play the Honda, and everybody loves to come out and watch the tournament and just be a part of it. It's kind of fun when it's right in town, especially if you're living there. And when you sell a home, you don't have to. Again, that most of these clubs around here have memberships that are in the 100,000 plus range, and PGA is very reasonable. You can be a social member and just use the workout facilities, or as a tennis member. They have 20 plus clay tennis courts, and they have some pickleball courts. There's croquet and a lot of social activities of things to do. So it's a terrific community. Some people use it as a starter community and will rent their first year or buy a small home and then trade up to like the home that Craig is showing you at 210 Thornton Drive. But there's just a lot of opportunity within PGA, and the cost of living is terrific. Craig, can you give your information on there? So if you want to take a look at this home, or any home in the PGA area, Craig is, has a wealth of knowledge. His phone number is 561-246-1789, or Craig@EchoFineProperties.com. If you email or call Shay, I'm sure she'll forward it to Craig. So Craig, I'll see you at 4:15 with Willie. That'll be a lot of fun.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
All right. So we're going to go from there. Let's go out to Joanna. And Joanna, you're out over in Riverbend, today. So tell us a little bit about your background too, Joanna, because you've been in sales. You've done it up north. You've worked in new home construction, and tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I've been in Florida for 20 years, and before that, I was in Wolfboro, New Hampshire, on the shores of Lake Winnipesaukee. Many of you from up north will know it's just a beautiful town and village. And I've had my real estate license since 1983, which I'm not sure I want to admit. But during that time, I've done general agency work. I've actually purchased land and subdivided it and sold lots. I was the director of a new home site, and then I took a chunk of time off when I moved to Florida. And in 2013, I joined Echo Fine Properties with Jeff Lichtenstein before we were Echo, and I haven't looked back. I love it down here. I never have to shovel off my car, and there's always something to do. It's just a beautiful, safe, lovely area.
Let's tell us a little bit about where you're at today, and give us some information on Riverbend and Tequesta.
So I'm in Riverbend Country Club. It's tucked away in a little corner of Tequesta, which is a lovely little village. We're the top northern border of the Palm Beach County area, and
if I may say, the best restaurants in the county,
yeah,
probably.
And it's just an artsy, lovely, laid back little bit of, it's a slice of old Florida, and you're just it's just a little bit of a laid back vibe. Riverbend Country Club has
Joanna, I'm having a little trouble hearing you on your microphone. So if your microphone's on the left or right, make sure you just speak into that area.
Riverbend is about
There you go.
seasonal, and everybody enjoys the amenities there. It's a very economical option. It's a definite hidden gem in Palm Beach County. I don't think there's anywhere else quite like it. A lot of the people that come and rent during the winter or purchase homes there are people whose family members have owned there and they just fell in love with it. It's like a little, cottage colony on Cape Cod that everyone has lovely memories of.
I think when I remember we moved here in 2000, and there really wasn't an eatery place back then. And so it was very old Florida. You just kind of passed through, but it had, it has quiet beaches off of where the, Jupiter Island condos are really Tequesta and the Intracoastal. But there's different places in there. There's the Jupiter Lighthouse is actually in Tequesta, and the town is it's a quaint town. But the restaurants are incredible. There's Hog Snappers, there's Evo, there's all sorts of little, nooks and crannies for food to go through, and it's just an enjoyable place. And the homes are really, they're more neighborhoody, I think, than other areas.
It's really interesting what's happening in Tequesta is, along with the seasonal people, even in Riverbend, we have a lot of serious professionals that are moving in there because they want that slice of old Florida. It's quiet, you hear the birds. Almost everybody has a golf view or a river view. So it's really a rare property. And Tequesta as a village, even when I have a day and I'm not busy and I live a little bit closer to West Palm Beach, I drive up to the shops in Tequesta because it's just very enjoyable. You've got everything you need in one spot, whether it's Home Goods or Marshalls or Tuesday Morning or Bell's Outlets or just thrift shops, everything you could possibly want. They're kind of scattered around that little area. And there's also Lighthouse Center for the Arts. Tequesta has a wonderful recreation hall. I lived in Tequesta for a while, and I took Tai Chi and yoga at the rec center, and it's just a sweet, sweet small town.
So show us a little bit about the home that you're at today.
So I had started this with a few shots of the club, but I think we're going to run a video.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the video on here so you can comment as you're going through here.
You want to do the video first?
Sure. That's you playing tennis?
So Riverbend is 100 acres total. There's 311 condominiums. You can get a garden style 1 floor or a townhouse style. This was a 50-acre golf course. It's just under regulation. It's an Executive 18. It was designed by Tom Fazio, and he called it his jewel on the Loxahatchee because Riverbend runs along the very wide, lovely Loxahatchee River. So across the river are multi-million-dollar homes. Almost every unit has a golf view or a river view, and people walk. It's gated, it's safe. People walk, they jog in the morning, they bike the loop, and you just don't have to ever worry about your safety. The clubhouse has 2 heated pools. They look out over the river, and a lot of people gather on the pool deck in the evening to watch the sunset down the river. There's a nice grill room in the back of the clubhouse. We've got 3 Hartrue tennis courts and 4 pickleball courts, and the 2 heated pools, and then there's a kayak club as well. So
What is the kayak club?
Waterfront Enjoyment Club that some residents started, where you can become a founding member and bring your own kayak, or you can just join very nominal fees and use the kayaks they have. And also, a lot of communities don't allow you to fish anymore, but Riverbend has a large common dock by the clubhouse, and then they have a myriad of small docks all down along the riverfront. You're allowed to fish in the Loxahatchee off the small docks, which is a big deal. And they have leagues that go out, very nice golfing community. There's multiple leagues every week. Main thing about Riverbend, you can buy a home here, a 1-bedroom home in the 70s and a 2-bedroom home in the low 100s, all the way up into the mid 200s.
It's insane.
It's just amazing pricing. And every resident becomes a member. There's no equity or initiation fee. It's just that everyone who lives here chips in for the maintenance of the course and the park-like grounds that we have. Everyone uses the amenities as a multi-generational membership. So if you're a resident here, your parents, children, and grandchildren all use your membership in full at no cost. So if you have a visiting family over the winter, they go out and use the course just like you would. It's really a pretty phenomenal value.
Let's. You want to take a look at that? Want to show the house that you have today?
Sure will. Let's see. So the condo that we're doing an open house presentation today is they're all in little clusters. This is a cluster called Salem, and this one is Unit B.
Hey, Joanna, can you switch your chair to the other side? I think your microphone's better on that side for us to hear you. We're all learning with Zoom.
Okay, so that's the front of the condo. This condo is very special. Here's another quick front shot, and I want to show you that there's nice space between the 2 buildings. When you enter the front door of the condo, I'm going to try to get out.
This is on Woodhaven, and what's the price of this?
This is $118.
It's insane, $118,000.
It has one of the best views in the community, but you can see that it's a little open concept. I'm going to try to get out of the picture so that you can, there's a nice end unit window by the dining room table. Sitting at the table, you have absolutely beautiful views because this building juts out a little bit from the building next door. It was renovated about 8-10 years ago. The kitchen cabinets were all replaced. Sorry about this, folks. And so they were
You're doing good.
used to see. So very light activity. They're all in perfect condition. And then
Pretty cabinets, and the molding is really pretty too with that coffered ceiling.
You have a nice vaulted light box there with a lit fan. The living room has full plantation shutters because this is a little bit of a southwestern view. You're going to have amazing sunsets here. Beautiful, brilliant light during the day, and the plantation shutters will keep it a little bit private in the evening. Let me see if I can get out of the way. And there you have a beautiful, large living room. But let's go out on the balcony because this is the beginning of the view. Now that's south, and if you see in the corner of the balcony, there's a tree there. That actually gives beautiful shading, dappled shading during the day when the sun is up high in early afternoon. And that's another picture of the patio. And then this is facing north. So it's just, it's a full golf view from every aspect of the patio. And that is a screen patio. I just want to show you this. This drone shot really shows how the golf course is all around you. The building is right, let's see, right there. The unit is right. So it's just an amazing, amazing view. And then just quickly, if we go upstairs, there's a very nice guest room. It has a walk-in closet. You've got 2 windows. One faces east, one faces south. There's a very adequate guest bath with a shower. And this is all white tile. The bathrooms, both bathrooms are all white tile. So if you want to change any colors or change your decor, it's very easy. The floor, the showers, the shower floors, everything.
Joanna, I'm having a little trouble hearing you from that angle.
Sorry. Everything is white tile in the background. Very easy to change the decor.
Okay.
And this is the master suite. Has its own private balcony. And go. And then there's a master bath with a bath.
Does the toilet paper come with the sale?
Yes, absolutely.
If you buy cash, close today, there's a half a roll.
And then this is the view from the upstairs balcony. So you've got balconies on both levels. And that's where you're going to see the sunset colors all across that sky. It's just,
You got a bird in that shot too.
just amazing.
So, Joe, it's really, you want to get out of the cold and you're watching from Boston or Philadelphia right now. $118,000 gets you, all that, which is pretty incredible. With all the nature and the sunshine and everything. So Joanna can tell you all about Tequesta. She knows Palm Beach Country Estates really well, which are 1 acre, plots of land, lived in PGA. She's a wealth of knowledge, wonderful to work with. Joanna, I put your link up in the Facebook feed so people can get in touch with you. But what's the best way, other than Joanna at echofineproperties.com, what's your direct phone number?
561-339-5049.
339-5049.
And if anyone, we have a video for Riverbend, maybe we could put that in the link as well, Joe?
Yeah, well, I put that on the Riverbend page. I put it on there, so that's, I think, right on there.
Awesome.
And email Joanna directly for any questions or anything about it. She's a wealth of knowledge.
I do a lot in
on-
Riverbend. I look forward to seeing you.
Thanks. So we're going to go from there out to Will Dean. Will is our rental guru, and he'll tell you anything you want. He does over 100 rentals a year, and knows all about rentals. So, Will, where are you? Where are you today?
Hi guys, today I am in San Matera.
And I think I've got it on over. I'm going to put I'm going to put it on right so you can see it.
So we're in Anzio Court, 1 bedroom rental.
Anzio or Anzio?
Tomato. Anzio. Nah, I'll go with Anzio. Located in San Matera, resort style amenities. This building was recently renovated. Some last landscaping is going to be added. It's a gated community with resort style amenities, as I mentioned, full gym, pool, spa, hot tub.
And this is all, you're in Palm Beach Gardens, and this is all, you're right by the Gardens Mall, correct?
Correct. Walking distance to the mall, walking distance to downtown at the Gardens. It's gated. Water and sewer is included with the rent, so it's easy living. Walk to the gym, walk to the pool, parking, plenty of parking. A lot of communities, you're restricted on parking, and you got an abundance. A lot of recent renovations in this community as well that are being finished up, the minor details. So good location and walking distance to a lot.
You can walk over from that location. You actually could walk over to Carmine's Market, which is probably the nicest of the fresh markets that we have around. There's the entire mall, and everything at the outdoor at the Gardens, where the movies. There's 18 movie theaters over there, which we're not going to go there today. But you've got Whole Foods, you've got California Pizza Kitchen. There's 9 different restaurants that are in there. Lots of shopping. So it's one of the few locations in Jupiter in the Gardens, which is really a downtown and dining, outdoor life, walking trails, type of a location. Everywhere else you're going to have to pick up and get to a car, but you literally don't have to have a car if you didn't want to.
Which is nice. So a lot of the amenities have been recently updated, and really A+ location, safe. Inside the condo, you have newer appliances, white appliances, newer carpeting throughout, and really spacious. You had about 850 square feet, tile in the kitchen. But what's nice about this unit is the view. You got a great view of the lake, long view, which is nice. So you're not looking in the parking lot. You're not looking in someone else's window, and nice breeze.
It's a 2729 Anzio Court. I'll post it. That Suzanne Slade wants to know all about it. What is it, and what is the cost of renting this?
The rental is $1,300 a month. That includes water, sewer, and valet trash. Valet trash, all you have to do is leave it outside the door. Someone comes and picks it up.
Is that you, or are you the valet trash man?
That's the one responsibility I don't have, but I'm pretty sure most people don't have that. So no lugging it to the curb at the wrong time and getting a notice from the HOA. Drop it outside, they'll come and pick it up. No up and down the stairs, no, easy living. So $1,300 a month includes all that. Really, all you're responsible for is electricity, internet, cable if you want it, and everything else is taken care of.
And Will, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, what's the
Someone wants to get a hold of me, 561-602-7373 or will@echofineproperties.com.
Will handles rentals for us, and he, sometimes they're big estates or country club living, and then you've got prices like this which are at pretty cheap at a $1,300 a month, and he's full service. He works a full schedule. You can get a hold of Will by text or phone, pretty much at any time. I also put up our rental feed, on where you can search on your own on our website.
It's a lot better data wise than anything else. Our website, top notch as far as rentals. A lot of the information is searchable in ways that you can't do it on other websites. You're going to see when stuff's really is available. Otherwise, it can be a maze.
Well, there's some of the reasons, like when our website, we have 4 MLSs that are teed in. So sometimes you even get a local person. It happens about 7. We've studied it about 7% of the time. They're putting it in other MLSs, like the Miami MLS, believe it or not, or the Fort Lauderdale, or there's another MLS feed that we get up in the Stewart, Martin County area, and we have all those feeds. So one, it's much more accurate because of that. And then on the rental side, you can also search for all sorts of other categories. You can search. We have it broken down, whether it's the annual and the off-market rental, feed as well. So it really shows you every which way to do a search. Some of the information that, and we talked about this yesterday a little bit, that's in rentals, it's just bad information because you get agents who are playing, they're playing rental agent, and then they really don't know a lot of the ins and outs of it, and they forget to put it off of MLS. So something is rented, but it's still on there. So Will kind of knows the inventory really in and out, and can help you and tell you what's accurate and what not. He also knows all the contracts, and a lot of people don't understand rental contracts or how to handle different rental situations. So there's all sorts of calamities when you get somebody who's really a residential real estate agent who's playing rental expert, and where Will can walk you through this and make sure you don't get into trouble, and the contracts are there, and he lives and breathes this. So that's a little bit about Will. Now we have Isis on today. Hi, Isis.
Oh, and I'm gonna mute it. Hi.
There you go. So Isis takes our pictures for us. She's amazing. And a regular photographer can't just take pictures of a home. Sometimes it looks like furniture shots, and there's all sorts of things with lighting. There's all sorts of things that we do with not only with lighting, but with the angle it's taken, the time of day it's taken. We wait for the sun to come out. So there's a lot to it. So Isis, could you show us the difference between like a good shot, a bad shot? What's a good area, a bad area, how you edit, just to show you a little bit?
I have, this is,
and I can put my screen on too if you want to comment there. But why don't we start with you?
yeah, I can just move out of the way. So this is the living room photo before it's edited. And this is after it's edited. It's that. So this is the same shot, and that's just before editing. And where did it go? There it is, after editing.
So what do you have to do to make all that happen?
I normally take, like, this is an underexposed photo. I will take 4 or 5 shots of the same room at different exposures and then merge it all together to get that. And then after it's merged and you have to tweak it, you have to like go in there and play with the windows, play with the shadows and highlights, and just get it all to look balanced. So
it's beautiful. The view there is do you do much to enhance the view, or is that one that you didn't have to touch much?
I had to go in the windows and kind of paint the view back in, like put another photo, the same dark photo behind the bright photo of the living room, and then kind of cut out the window so you can see the view through it, if that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, show us what, and this is out in Singer Island.
Yeah, this was a condo on Singer Island.
Yeah, this is on for 695. This is Chris Burke's, listing.
Mhm.
Show some other stuff.
This was the pool in the same condo before being edited and then after editing. So it's, straightened out, cropped, the colors fixed, the highlights and shadows fixed. So that's before and after.
So you focused, it looks like there, a lot more on the pool and made that the star and the hero, and not so much the other condo on the left-hand side. And then
Yes.
still got the ocean and the beach,
Yes.
in there. Nice.
And so then aerials, these are some examples of the aerials. That was in.
That's in Bay Hill, yeah.
Yeah, that was in Bay Hill Estates. This is Admiral's Cove.
Go back to that one in Bay Hill. Because that was I remember this shot. It was a tricky shot, but when you're showing this, it really shows the user who's looking online that how good the waterway is. And, when you don't, there's people who don't use aerials, but we have multiple drones that we use, and Isis knows how, and we have all the right insurance for it as well. That of how to control it and how to get the right angle. And there was a lot of staging in that house too. There was all that mulch that you put in, and look at the shadows in there. It's really a pretty shot.
And so then this was Admiral's Cove. Is that aerial?
And what are you looking for with that shot?
It was to show the amount of water surrounding this little peninsula, like just the location, how it's kind of like almost an island. And the
Beautiful
docks.
shot.
And
Yep. And all the sun's on it. So, what Isis is doing too, what we have a rule where we want photos, of a home where we've got sun on it, and we'll wait for the sun to pop out so that we get the most amount of light on the house, and it shows better than when it's in the shadows. And you can't duplicate that. We've tried, in there, and sometimes you just have to wait for the sun to pop up, where as a lot of companies they'll do all this outside stuff, and then they're getting bad shots and it shows darker, and there's a reason why.
And then this was in Hidden Bridge Estates.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a pretty
That was
house.
Sylvia's listing was
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And this was later in the afternoon, so it got like some nice sun in the front and some nice contrast.
But it's showing you how big everything is, and if a picture says 1,000 words, this really does. It shows the acreage you're getting. It shows the gate that's there. If you look on the left, you're getting the front, but you're then also getting the backyard, and you're getting the pool in there, and then it's panning out, and you're getting all the depth. So it's a really pretty shot.
And then we also do the twilight photos, like real twilight photos, not the fake ones where somebody takes a daytime one and they send it somewhere to be edited and they turn it into night. This is like what the house actually looks at night, not just a fake Photoshop night. And this was
Love it.
cool.
What did you do? So it's just a gorgeous shot, the way the water looks and everything. What did you do in here in editing?
In editing, not much. I just touched up the colors, really. The water looks that way because the camera's on a tripod and you use a slow shutter speed, so it kind of gets the water flowing and it gives it that smoothed out look that it has. But that's just camera work. There was very little editing here.
It's a great shot. I love the flowers on the right too. In there, it's one of the prettier shots. That house sold for a big number pretty quickly. The sky's really pretty too. So what I don't think, what we're doing is we're going out there and really taking night shots, and we have to do a lot of prep with our clients to get lights on properly and to make sure that, if they're in a driveway, that everything's out there. And so we work it really hard, but it pays because it shows so differently than when you're doing something that's fake. When you're doing it's fake, it looks fake, and you really can tell the sky looks fake. But when you're doing it natural, it just comes out better in there. So let's go on to another one.
There's another night shot of the house Sylvia had in Hidden Bridge.
Pretty. And they staged it well. You can see all the lights are on
Mhm.
and stuff. I love that little enhancement you do with the outside lights to get it to sparkle.
This is the same house during the day.
And you don't know that when you're taking photos, sometimes we don't know. We're doing aerials, we're doing night shots, and we're doing, and we do the day shot. We never really know what shot is going to be the main image. And so sometimes we'll take all those three. So something like this might be the image we use, or we'll end up using the night shot, or we'll use an aerial. It's like candy. There's a lot to choose from. But then there's different people react to different things, and they're looking for different things. So it's important to show all three. So somebody sees a night shot and they like to entertain at night, and that's important to them. That may scream, and that's the reason they end up in there. I've had people, I've asked people who bought a home where we're representing it a lot of times in the buyer, and they'll say, my realtor didn't pick this one, but I saw it online and I'm looking for land, and and the lake view and the land, was a highlight in here. This is a gorgeous shot. The reflection that you got here is really pretty with the palms and the clouds and the house itself.
Yeah, that has to do with where the sun is. That's why it's important to schedule it at the right time.
Yeah.
And then that's the front of that same house at night. Well, not night, but
Nice.
like right after sunset. And
We have to do the same thing with our agents, because a client, a lot of times, always, they just want it done, and they want it done quickly, get my photos up. So, but we have to contend with weather and time of the day and then prepping. So there's a lot that goes into having a good picture, and then it's all that editing that we're doing internally, as well, and putting your eye on it.
then this is interior. That was the one in Mirasol with the pool,
Yeah.
with the nice pool.
Okay.
And this is the front of that same house.
Nice.
This
You go back to the front for a second. That's why, look at the sun on it, and then look where it's in the shadows on the left. So when you get, and this is a nice one because it's got a mixture of both, but when you take it all at the wrong time of the day, everything's just going to be dark. You're just going to have shadows on it. And this is pretty because you're getting a mixture, and you're getting the palms in here, and there's more contrast, and that makes it a nice picture. And then the sky as well.
And this is the interior of the one in Hidden Bridge.
Pretty. I like the lighting on the floor, and we always make sure all of our lights are on. Everything is lit up like a Christmas tree, from out. So that's a lot of the prepping that we do, beforehand.
That's the family room of the same house. There's some nice light coming in through the windows there.
Yeah. A nice
And
ceiling work
then-
in that house.
We also do community shots. And these were some of an oceanfront condo.
Well, that was in Fort Lauderdale. That was
Yeah.
Suzanne's, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty.
There's more from that. And that's all I got.
Yeah, I like on that particular shot how the edge still you get lower and you get ocean above that a little bit, so it almost looks endless, but it combines it. Isis is really good at this stuff, and how your photos are, make a difference. So whether we're doing video with Rob or we're doing photography, and now we're doing a lot of virtual reality. I've got all those machines for you today. I'll have to drop it off. We ordered multiple virtual reality machines, so that's like our next thing that we're diving into. But we all work together really well too, because each person knows each other, and the agents know everybody internally here. That it's in there, and it's interesting to see. We take you sometimes for granted all the work you do, but it's really great. It's really great stuff.
Thank you.
So that's it for this hour. And then Rob, can you give us a preview again of what's going on at 2:00?
Unmute myself. There we go.
Unmute yourself.
Yes, at 2:00 today, if you can see behind me, I don't know if we're still on Isis. Can you switch to me?
Yeah. I always forget I have to be the producer of this thing, and hang on. I got to pin it too. I did that, and there you go.
There we are. So I got some beer behind
Oh, that looks
me.
good.
Yeah. So Suzanne Slate is heading. We're keeping our 6 feet distance, actually further than that. She's going to head over.
Those beers are not 6 feet apart, though.
Those are not. She's going to head over to the Kelsey Theater and talk with AJ Brockman, who is it's a family-owned theater there in Lake Park. Concert events, different things that go on over there, and they got beer. They sell beer. They just started their own. I think they brewed their first successful beer that's now for sale. So she's going to talk about all that, how you can go pick it up. They have a text to order beer, and you text them, tell them what you want. They have growlers. If you have your own growler, or they have growlers there, and you go fill up some beer and you enjoy this maybe for the draft tonight, the NFL draft. I am so excited. Sports is back in some capacity, I guess, the NFL draft.
Yeah, we've got Willie Roaf at 4:15, Hall of Famer.
So yeah, let's see. I think I have some pictures here, Jeff. Let's just give me a second here. So
You have that picture from the tug of war?
I don't. That's the wrong one. That's
You got to get that video to play too.
There's Willie, Big Nasty, when he was on the Saints, and he's going to talk about the draft, probably his experiences with the draft when he was drafted. He's maybe going to say talk about getting some help for Nick Foles there in Chicago.
You got him in a Bears uniform. We need,
Yeah.
I have a question for him because he was drafted. I was thinking about this. The Bears were really built that 80s team, with the Fridge and Peyton and all those guys. That was Jim Finks, who was the general manager, and Finks became the general manager of the Saints. And I want to see if Finks died. I remember in '94. But I bet you he drafted Willie Roaf. I wanted Willie Roaf to be drafted by the Bears. I remembered at that time because our offensive line was falling apart. So I'm curious. Finks was the Hall of Fame, judge of talent. He's in the Hall of Fame as a GM, and really curious. He built the Minnesota Vikings in the '70s, the Purple People Eaters, and then the Bears, and then that New Orleans team that made the first playoffs, I think, ever. So curious if that's who drafted Willie.
And we're going to have, up on Facebook Live, of course. So we're asking people to ask Willie questions. I got some pictures here, some things. This is one of the guys in the draft this year, Werfs from Iowa, big man. And apparently he's broken every record in the combine. So I want to talk to Willie about that. We're going to talk about maybe where Tua is going. Is he going to the Dolphins? Burrow going first. And then what we all care about, I know, is who are the Philadelphia Eagles drafting? That's number one on the list. There's one other thing I want to add, Jeff, before we get off here.
Yeah.
I know I'm taking time. We all know the Florida man stories, right? Everyone knows a Florida man story, right? There's those.
I don't know the Florida man story.
So when you Google Florida man,
Florida man. Yes. We have our own Florida man. We have a good story.
So we have a new Florida man today, though. It just broke over the news here. I'm reading it. It's hilarious. A man in Tampa Bay is selling his home. So I don't know what he was doing, but he had his front door open and he was sitting in his office space, and some guy walks into his house and drops his duffel bags on the ground. And the guy goes, "Can I help you?" And it was none other than Tom Brady. He was in the wrong house. So that just came across. That's the Florida man story for today. Tom Brady going into somebody else's house. That would be a crazy. Can you imagine if Tom Brady walked into your house, Jeff?
Yes.
What would you do?
I would make sure he played for the Bears.
You
So
wouldn't let him leave.
I would not let him leave. No. We'd engineer a trade, and much as I like Nick Foles, but maybe they would take, we'd throw in Trubisky and, some beer, toilet paper, whatever it takes.
Gronk and Brady, Patriots.
Yeah, those New England people are not happy right now.
So again, 2:00, the Kelsey Theater. We're gonna have.
Do you think a New England Patriot fan right now would they trade? Would they rather have the coronavirus or Brady and Gronk back?
Boy, that is a tough question.
It is.
Patriots.
Suzanne's there on Facebook. What you care to chime in on that, Suzanne, with a little answer?
She's not happy. I'll tell you that much. I know.
No,
Suzanne.
She's got the worst of everything.
Suzanne is not happy. But so Suzanne's going to be there at 2:00, Kelsey Theater. Check it out. Another local business in our community. and they're finding creative ways to keep going. So they got some beer. I mean, who doesn't like beer? So go there. Suzanne will be there. We're gonna tell you how you can get that beer, and then at 4:15, I think it's gonna be the fun time. 4:15 is gonna be really fun because Big Nasty is gonna be on here, and oh boy, hopefully we can.
Yeah. So and when you're there, we got to see if they can do. So Suzanne just said, oh my G's, many G's. Would you rather have, Suzanne?
Oh, let's go to the picture. Hold on. Let's go to
Yeah.
the picture. Suzanne, here's a picture, and Jeff's gonna say, what do we want?
Would
here?
you rather have them back on New England or the coronavirus? You can only choose one.
We're waiting for her response.
But it's meaning if you choose Brady and Gronk, we've got the coronavirus with us. Or if you choose no coronavirus, you don't have Brady and Gronk. See how loyal she is to the Patriots.
I don't know. Suzanne is not happy with.
She's pondering right now. She can't even make up her mind with this thing.
But while we're waiting for Suzanne to respond again, 2:00 today at the Kelsey Theater. So everybody should tune into that. That's going to be a fun one also. And another local business. I have to say, I just got a few messages while we were on here from 2 other local businesses that want us to set up these Zoom interviews.
Yeah, we've got 16 next week, but we're now, and we'll go as you've got a local business and you want it profiled. We'll do it, and then when this is over, we'll do a more in-depth thing, and we'll put it on our website, and we'll blast it out into social media. We're here, to help. Oh my God,
New England.
Suzanne Slate would rather have Brady and Gronk back on. She'll live with the coronavirus.
Oh boy.
She's we're gonna have to give her some major beer and stuff today. Its priorities are really screwed up.
And again, if going back to the business videos, like Jeff said, we're doing the sorry, I lost my thought there. We're doing this what we're doing right now, Zoom live on Facebook. And afterwards, once this is all said and done, or it's more safer to get back out there, I will go back out and we will shoot a professionally done video for your local business that, is a good marketing tool, and you guys can use that. And, that's what we're here for. Help the local community.
There's another one that we're going to do called Healthy Pets that's in Jupiter. And I'll send you the information on that to set that up, Rob.
And then we're going to have Will Dean show us how to change a baby diaper. I think maybe within the next week, we'll go over that.
Oh, we need to see that. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. Will, do we get to see?
Where's the baby?
Where is the baby, Will? I mean.
All right, hold on. He's
Hang
going
on.
to get her. He's going to get her. He just left.
We're going to see Isabella live.
Oh, let's see. This is a huge moment. I mean, we should have thousands of followers right now watching this. Here we go. Oh, he's moving. Jeff, go to his camera. Oh, you're on his camera. He's moving.
am. Will's live.
Oh, well.
No,
did he freeze?
Will, we don't want to see you. We want to see Isabella.
Is he freezing?
Yeah, he's freezing.
Turn it. Where's the bit? Oh, she's sleeping. She made her debut on Facebook Live, Will. Will, this is big. This is... Here, unmute your mic, Will. This is
Yeah, I
big.
unmuted him.
Now I could be in some serious trouble, but
Facebook Live. I mean, that's huge. Look at that.
Get another shot. Can we get another live shot, Will?
no. I'm probably
Who's this?
you'll hear her in a minute.
I think somebody, is she coming?
I've been told several times, you never wake a baby up from its nap.
What
You don't wake you up from your nap.
Oh, she'll be screaming.
What would happen if we woke you up from a nap?
No, I probably would be screaming too.
All right. So we'll end on that note. So for Rob Moore, myself, Will Dean, and baby Isabella, Joanna Demers, and Isis. So long, everybody.
See you guys.
All right, bye.
Bye.